Fate of the Old Republic has the chance to be the Star Wars game fans have wanted for years, but if it's going to live up to the legacy of KOTOR and swtor, there are a few things it absolutely has to get right. From meaningful choices to deep character customization, here's everything I want to see in Fate of the Old Republic. When I think about Fate of the Old Republic, I don't just want another Star Wars game. I want a game that makes me feel like my character actually matters. The first thing I want to see is a deep character creation system. Not just changing a few facial features and picking a hairstyle. I want to create a character that feels completely unique. Human, Twi'lek, Sabrak, Mirialan, whatever species they decide to include, I want enough customization that no two characters look exactly the same. One of the biggest reasons swtor had lasted so long is because players become attached to their characters and fantasies. Fate of the Old Republic needs that same feeling. The next thing I want is meaningful choices, and I mean real choices with consequences. Choices that affect the story, relationships, and even the ending. Multiple different endings. One thing KOTOR did incredibly well was making your decisions feel that important. You weren't just clicking dialogue options, you were shaping who your character became. If I chose the light side, I want that path to feel different from choosing the dark side. Different companions, different outcomes, maybe even different endings, just to keep it interesting. Speaking of that, the light side and dark side system absolutely needs to return. It's one of the most iconic mechanics in Star Wars gaming, not because players want to be good or evil, but because it allows role-playing. Some players want to be a noble Jedi, others want to become the next Sith Lord, and some want to walk the line somewhere in between. That freedom is what makes Star Wars RPGs special. Another thing I want is a huge variety of combat styles. If I want a single lightsaber, let me use one. If I want a double-bladed lightsaber and release my Darth Maul, let's do it. If I want to dual-wield lightsabers like a certain former Sith apprentice, let me do that too. The more options players have, the more connected they'll feel to their character. The same goes for lightsaber colors. I don't want just blue, green, and red. Give us purple, orange, yellow, white. Maybe even some rare colors that have to be earned through exploration or difficult choices. Customization matters, more than people want to admit, and that extends beyond weapons. I want meaningful skill trees, the kind where your choices actually change how you play. Maybe one build focuses on lightsaber combat, another focuses on force abilities, another focuses on diplomacy, stealth, or survival. The more ways there are to build a character, the more replayability the game has. But above all else, there's one thing Fate of the Old Republic needs more than anything. A memorable story. Not just a good story, a story people will be talking about years later. KOTOR left a lasting impression because it gave players unforgettable moments. Characters they cared about. Twists they never saw coming. Choices they still debate decades later. That's the standard. That's the bar. If Fate of the Old Republic can deliver a story that captures even a fraction of that magic, while giving players the freedom to create their own journey, it could become one of the greatest Star Wars games ever made. But that's my wish list. What do you want to see in Fate of the Old Republic? Character creation? Light and dark side choices? Massive customization? Let me know down below. I'll see you guys in the next one.